Hey everyone, today I'm going to go over the new and exciting news that we have for Buccanyar. This is a Nintendo Switch action RPG that's set to release in Japan on April 20th, but also a Western release has been confirmed for later this year. In this video, not only do I want to go over a slew, almost like 200 plus brand new screenshots that we only have one gameplay trailer for this game so far, which is really interesting that the developers have not put out much gameplay for this title already, since it's so close to release around the corner. But more importantly, go over a couple of brand new features, some other enemies, and a confirmation of an online mode finally being made available to players as well. So first and foremost, I want to discuss a little bit on the blog's details that they gave us. I'm going to be leaving a link in the description below if you're interested in checking that out. There's plenty of more screenshots there as well, character pages, and plenty of details around there if you want to check that out. But basically what we have here is that they're giving us details regarding the variants. These are the creatures you are going to be taking down. So sure, there's other pirates with other ships that are going to be kind of like exploring the oceans as you are as well, kind of like Sea of Thieves. So there's other, pilots out there taking care of their own quest, their own content that they're trying to do. But you're also going to come across these variants, these weird jelly-like creatures that the game says are just kind of like failed experiments, and they are part of this entirely new madman like villain that is available like at the back end of the game. These variants will come in many shapes and sizes. There will be smaller versions and medium versions, flying versions, mine versions, underwater versions, massive like boss type versions. They'll all have their own distinct use skills, powers, and things of that nature. That doesn't necessarily mean that they are the primary enemy, but they are just kind of gonna be out there giving you a little bit of hell as you're trying to explore and progress through your content. Remember that at the end of the day, the story revolves around you kind of taking down the other pilots of the sea and making sure that you become the #1 leader. At the same time, in the blog update, they also mentioned that there's going to be something like a online, semi-online mode. Now, they're not saying that this is going to be a full online mode like with you versus other players, but it's going to be kind of like ghosts apparently. So in the they're saying in the semi-online mode, you can choose to become part of a guild and explore the world map through a ghost system. Information on the world map will be shared with the servers at regular intervals, and other players can be able to like join or actually kind of like appear or disappear on your world if you are having like a connection essentially. So if you're connected to the servers, you'll be able to see other players, but you don't necessarily interact with them. There will be interactable if you wish to trade. Every like pilot will have available items that they can set up as a shop. You can trade materials. You can have things available for purchase. They can do the same as well, and you can buy things from them. Presumably when those players will get a notification of sorts that things have been purchased from their haul. One of the things that they also decided to mention here is that there are these goddesses that you kind of like provide something like akin to. You can choose to like become part of the Kateri, Krogeri, or Bouncer goddesses. They all have like these weird Japanese names. Sunsechi is like one of them, for example, so they translate a little bit weird, but they're like, one of them is like the goddess of luck, the other one is the goddess of worship, the other one is the goddess of power. So those kind of things, they'll give you some sort of like boost or like small benefits as you're kind of like progressing the story along. The more donations you give to the goddesses, the better the rewards you're going to be able to get through passive boosters. So that is something that is also going to be part of this specific like progression, if you will. They also mentioned that that will have some effect as you come across players who are part of different goddesses. So you're not always going to be going up against the ghosts, if you will, of like other players who are praising or like part of the same goddess, tied to the same goddess that you are. They're also going to be going against, like, you're going to be going up against players who are tied to different goddesses in that regard. The last thing that they do quickly mention is that there is some sort of details now regarding the prologue of the game, how they basically talk about how a long time ago the world used to suffer and there was a massive disaster. The beauty of the sea did not necessarily see change, but the creatures living within it saw plenty of change, and plenty of changes, not just physically, mentally, but also the world saw massive chaos erupt afterwards. People lived on small little islands that remained, and one day, almost out of nowhere, the holy large wings of Trinity appeared as light judgment took upon the world, and it gave players a chance to either fight back or stay back and cower. And that's essentially where you and the other pirates kind of come in, where you fight back. You try to not only outsmart each other, take over each other's loots and gained rewards, but at the same time you're also trying to kind of save the world in the progress. Seems to be relatively cliche story in a typical video game format. But that's about all the information that I have for you guys today. This is now, I believe, my third video on Buccanyar. I certainly look forward to checking out this game on the Nintendo Switch when it drops in April. But of course, I'm more interested to see when we get a direct confirmation of the Western release. If you're brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up. And as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya.